cool.
Weird.
We're seeing Deadpool, oh my gosh!
Think about what you get. My sister has it. Yes. It's you. I know.
Wintertime here at Hogsmeade Village.
Lieutenant Dane.
Hello, Forrest.
You got new legs.
Titanium alloy.
Time for my summer sizzle. Cool as a cherry popsicle.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
It's happening. It's dish time.
I've always wanted to do this in front of you.
Creating content that enlightens and lifts you up.
Dish, sir, dish.
Me at Splash Mountain, just pepper these in here.
Hello, everyone. This is Kermit the Frog reporting live from the final showing of Muppet Vision 3D.
Right? God, I missed our daily dishes.
Yes, indeed.
You know, I really don't remember you being this opinionated.
Who knows? It's Hollywood, baby.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the dish!
Hey. So, let's dish.
What do you want to dish about?
Anything you guys want. This is your time.
Welcome back, Fun Fam. And if you're brand new to the channel, welcome in to follow the Bradley's Fun, the dish on a night when YouTube is having major issues. So if you happen to catch this on the replay, please know that this show tonight is very, very different than any other show. I don't even know if I'm going to end up covering stories, but it's my normal time to be on YouTube. So I'm here, and it's really weird because it's working from my end, but it's on the watching end of YouTube that they're having a ton of issues. I'm like, it's my own show and I can't put my monitors on to watch it. So that's pretty wild. Thank you for those that have chimed in. Izzo's Place, I see that you're out there. I don't know if you'll be able to hear me, but if you're watching this on the replay, thank you for coming in tonight. Izzo's Place. I see that my mom is here. We might have to do maybe a Friday stream or something to try and make up for it. I don't know, but this live stream is probably going to get cut very, very short tonight, just because it's not really pointless for me to be here if YouTube's not working. So I apologize for that, but I do have a good friend in the back, and we do want to bring him on because he's waiting, and we'll have a little discussion, and we'll see if that ends up maybe replaying at some time. Who is it back there?
Afternoon, everybody.
Yeah, no.
Afternoon, everybody.
I cannot pull up your show on my monitor.
Neither can I. I can on my own phone. I can't pull it up. It's so bizarro world tonight.
So for anyone who wonders, I have the iPad right here, and that's how I interact in the chat. And that's how I see the show. And it's giving me that garbage. You have no internet.
Yeah, it's really, really weird, but it's all over because I was communicating with LW Ghost and saying that he is having the same issues from wherever it is that he resides, and it's just kind of weird. Let me see. I'm going to try to pull this up on my phone right now. Yeah, see, there was a problem with the server, so maybe YouTube's servers got hacked. Now look,
I know you were wondering. The Red Wings just scored.
Yay! Go Red Wings!
No one cares. I barely.
Wow.
I
All right, so I tell you what, I'm going to go check a couple things, and while I'm doing that, you plug everything that you want to plug for your channel, and I will be right back.
Absolutely. Well, hey, everybody, thank you so much to everybody who's come and who's hanging out. This internet thing is an absolute disaster with YouTube, whatever it's doing. So if you don't know, my YouTube channel is called Strings and Pucks. Jeremy Laura. And the main crux of my channel, I do these acoustic and vocal performances. So on Tuesday, I released a cover of Cat Stevens' Wild World. And it went pretty good. So I've been building the channel that way. For this Friday, if you come over to Strings and Pucks at 10 a.m., I'm doing another cover song. This time it's Willie Nelson's Seven Spanish Angels. And I've been sponsored by a guitar company. They're actually mailing me a guitar to use in these songs that I post on YouTube. So if you can be at the premiere, there's a live chat while it goes on. It's about 6 minutes, 10 a.m. on Friday. I'd love to see you there. But just thank you to everyone who's subscribed and supported me over at Strings and Pucks. But please come on over, subscribe, and I have a playlist of all the songs that I've released. I'm trying to think. I just I just passed 600 subs, and I was at 100 subs in August. So from August 13th until Monday this week, I gained another 500 subs. So the channel's growing. It's growing. But would love to see you guys there if you can. And I'm looking in the chat. It looks like Kit Kat, you can on your laptop, but not on your phone. So I've got the iPad going. I'm trying to watch it. It looks like it just came back. I can see myself now. So guys, the stream just came back up on my iPad for anyone who's using a mobile device. Todd Swanson, East Coast thing. Okay, so it did go down in Michigan. That's where I'm at. I'm about an hour outside of Detroit, and I had my friend who lives about 2 hours away tell me YouTube keeps crashing on him as well. So whatever's going on, it's kind of all over the place. I now know what's happening in Michigan. I've heard of some places in Florida that are having trouble. So I don't know what's happening. Ron, I can hear you, but I cannot see you. All right, Kit Kat, how are you seeing it now? Pretty clear. All right, I'm not sure what's going on, guys. I can watch on my phone. Oh, you can on your phone. Okay, my mobile device just came up too, Kit Kat. So I think it's something to do with YouTube mobile. That's the problem, Ron, because Kit Kat was saying no problem on the laptop. My iPad just came up, so I'm watching myself 2 seconds later now. And
Well, I was trying to check on my television devices, and they weren't working, but apparently they are now. So there is that. So if you have not,
if you're still here,
you know what? I think the problem is the ads, man. I tell you what, and I know YouTube survives off ads, and I survive off YouTube ads, and that all helps. But yeah, Todd, thanks for chiming in, Todd. It might be an East Coast thing, but as far as I know, it's been there's been people up and down east of the Mississippi that have had issues. So maybe there's a server, because one of the errors that came up is it said server not working. So it might have been a YouTube server somewhere.
It's been hitting Michigan, and I do think there's a connection with mobile devices, because I know me and another guy were both on mobile in Michigan that were saying we had trouble. So I don't know. So maybe your computer's working, but not your phone at times. Kit Kat pointed that out, and something's happening with YouTube algorithms aside. They may be updating the mobile side, making changes there. I don't.
I'm looking at that. The Disney needs to be run by. Whoops, sorry, that's loud. It came up. Yay, it came up on this. All right,
Yeah,
so
I love that question, James.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I might look at that. We might bring that up as a story. This is such a different kind of a show because of the way that YouTube messed things up in the beginning. But there is a story out of that Park Place on that particular subject. And let me see if I can look that up real quick. Supergirl.
Oh, I saw the Wonder Man trailer. Oh my gosh.
I didn't understand. I did not understand what I saw of the Wonder Man trailer.
It's so they actually stole from an old Leonardo DiCaprio film, the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood or whatever. They shoplifted scenes right out of that, and it's honestly, and someone pointed this out on Nerdrotic, they're dropping all 8 episodes the same day. You and I know what that means. That's the only
Yeah.
way they'll make the top 10 in hours watched is by dropping the entire series like a giant turd
Wait,
in a tiny
so
toy.
all of Wonder Man is dropping the same day?
That's what I
No.
it was Mr. H, I think, said it, as well as Nerdrotic. 8 episodes. We just talked about that. That's not a series. I'm sorry. It's a mini series. You pointed.
Well, they're all going to 8 episodes, which is basically all a bunch of miniseries. So,
and they're not even all the same length. Have you noticed? Like, one will be 50 minutes, one will be 26 minutes. There's
I
no
know I saw
consistency.
I know I saw the story on that park. Ah, here it is. There it is. Let's see if I can bring
I
this up
realize
here.
it's such a
Okay.
hand topic.
So here's the thing about co-CEOs, James. I think Disney absolutely needs the pair of what was Walt and Roy at one time and what was Wells and Eisner at another time, right? But the problem is who they have to pick from, right? Oh my gosh, thank you so much, Kit Kat. Let me see if I can put it on the screen. Kit Kat chimes in with $9.99. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Boy, especially tonight, right? With things just not working the way they need to. Let's give you some celebratory fun out there in California. Yay! Something to celebrate. So I'm going to put this on the screen, and this one is for James. Disney considering co-CEOs to head company. Could Dana Walden and Josh D'Amaro run the company together? The co-CEO idea is great. The people, those names are the worst. Like
It's
the
not
worst.
Walt and Roy. It's not Walt.
No. This was what is the comparison to? Okay, this would be like putting Kathleen Kennedy together with Kevin Feige and having them co-run the movie division of Disney after their track record. I mean, Dana Walden is so incredibly politically far to the left that everything that comes out of her is so skewed. And I don't know that she can pull back from that, especially if she ends up having the reins of the company. So
she's got too many relationships. I don't think it's a secret, but she is deep in.
She's Cam's best friend. She's there. Cam and her are besties, right?
Yeah.
Here's what Marvin says. Marvin Montanaro out of thatparkplace.com. Bookmark it if you haven't, because I'm writing there all the time now. As Bob Iger's retirement looms, Disney's board appears ready to repeat history, and not in a good way. CNBC reports the company is now considering a leadership structure that includes co-CEOs to oversee its future, with the leading candidates rumored to be Dana Walden and Josh D'Amaro. If true, it's one of the most baffling corporate strategies Disney has floated in years. A divided company run by divided leadership with no creative visionary at the helm. What could possibly go wrong? Here's the Disney co-CEO fantasy. Of course, on paper, the proposal probably looks balanced. Walden controls content and streaming, while D'Amaro oversees Parks and Resorts consumer products, the last remaining engine of profit inside the Walt Disney Company. In practice, however, co-CEOs almost always leads to power struggles, blurred authority, and competing visions. Now, again, I think it's important to remember that this is not the exact structure that was, for example, Eisner and Wells. Eisner was the CEO and pretty much handled all the creative stuff, but also all the final decisions ran by him. But Wells was like the CFO of the company, so he was in charge of the financials, and but they worked together really, really well. Disney is already notorious for internal fiefdoms and turf wars, and two executives with overlapping influence and different priorities. You have recipes for chaos. The idea that both could share command of a company as complex as Disney is optimistic best, delusional at worst. And then there's Bob Igor himself. The outgoing CEO isn't exactly known for letting go. Yeah, he can't take that lesson from Elsa, right? Let it go.
Nobody can
letting go of
turn
the reins.
someone into an ice statue.
Yeah, he's definitely made of ice. If Iger remains as chairman as expected, it risks creating a shadow leadership triangle where no one is sure who's really in charge. I feel like we have that in our country, like for a while, right? Who's in charge? Who's in charge of the USA? The USA, the USA. What's up, Tom? Yes, it does seem to be that YouTube is fixed. So I'm going to go a little bit longer here than I had originally planned, but we'll put this on the screen. Izzo gave a member chat. Ron rules. YouTube sucks. I agree. And yeah, YouTube likes to tout itself as the best thing going on, but sometimes when they're having problems, it's more like,
Right.
okay, YouTube, okay. I will tell you, when I first logged on tonight and I was like, I don't know if I can do the show, I kind of felt like
No,
this.
God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
I love that. So good.
Classic, right? I got to get a lot more of those classic clips, by the way. We will. Yeah, YouTube is full of bullpucky. They're exactly. We had that. Exactly, we did, James. We certainly did. Anyhow, I just don't. What do you think of the idea of Dana and Josh? By the way, Josh, I have to say this. Having met him at one time, the one time that he and I very minorly interacted, he was very nice, but it's not like I was a cast member at the time working, and it was a very quick meeting. I didn't say anything. I let him do the talking because it was a group of cast members. I was in a group, so it wasn't like a one-on-one thing, but he was nice to us. I will say that.
Yeah, so this is my frustration, and these are both overseers, right? These are not creatives. And with Walt and Roy, which you'll never have again, no matter how hard you try, you had a true visionary with zero control and a true controller with zero vision. And so hand in glove, because Roy was the only person in the world that could say no to Walt based on everything I ever read. And Walt would sometimes almost listen to it. And they would make it work. But Roy could be trusted to hit the brake because Walt was going to go full bore, mortgage his home to make a movie, mortgage everything to make it great. There's no one at Disney who's going all in creatively. They're spending the money, but they don't have the vision. So you have two non-visionaries partnering up for a company desperately needing a vision. That's my person.
Yeah, it's just not going to be. It's not going to be what it wants. But Disney, I don't. Do you foresee any time in the future, Jeremy, that Disney could ever become what it once was?
And I'm going to say this in part respectfully, but no, this is. So you guys know I'm a guitar guy. Leo Fender basically invented the electric guitar we all know and love in 1956. All right. Every guitar ever made almost is based on something that was invented before 1960. They're all copies of Strats and Telecasters and Les Pauls, And even the futuristic ones were invented in 1958. So the guitar industry for 70 years has basically remade the same exact models over and over and over again. There is not another Walt Disney. John Lasseter was, in my mind, so close, and they destroyed him for it.
That is true.
You can't have someone that dreamed as big as Walt did. I just don't know that it's even possible. He was.
I will tell you, if you are a white male, straight, working for the Disney company, and you have achieved any position where any other employee sees you as any type of threat whatsoever, Disney will give all the credibility to the other employees to take you down. And it also happens to the white straight women like Gina Carano.
She was powerful female figure like Gina should be running the entertainment world. She's legit a tough gal, and is a tough. Everything they said they wanted, she was it. That makes me angry. I'm sorry that she got jobbed. But you're right.
Hate leads to anger. Anger leads to
I'm not picking up a lightsaber tonight.
James all day says, "Where's Nelson Peltz when you need him? He is." You know what? Here's the thing. I even think people like him and Ike Perlmutter are so done. They are so over it that they are out there watching on the sidelines and going, "Let's just watch Disney die." Metaphorically, the company, because it is literally being run into the ground right now. And I don't think we've ever seen, we couldn't have ever seen anything like this on this level with a company like Disney. We've seen it with other companies that are not like Disney. We've seen it with Blockbuster. We've seen it with Radio Shack. We've seen it when, companies don't know how to take what they have that's good and make it better, but they take everything that they have and make it worse. And Blockbuster. Do you remember that Blockbuster one time had the opportunity to buy, I believe it was Netflix? And they said no.
Why do we want a CD service like that? Or a DVD? Because it was basically like a DVD mailer.
Yeah. And so Blockbuster attempted to compete, but they never got into streaming. Now, here's the issue with Netflix and streaming now. When there was Netflix, Hulu, and Prime, and that was basically it, right? Remember, that was like 6-7 years ago. Netflix, Hulu, Prime. If you subscribed to all those, you had all the TV you ever needed, and it was cheap. Cable subscriptions were over $100 a month, and you could get Netflix, Hulu, and Prime all for under $30 a month, and have every bit of television you'd ever want. YouTube. I've been watching YouTube on TV for at least a decade. So television has evolved so much, and entertainment has evolved, but not in the way that Hollywood thinks entertainment has evolved. That's part of the problem, is that Hollywood, and it's not just late night TV that was affected by it, but obviously when our current commander-in-chief first ran for president in 2015, it shifted the country in a way that I don't think anybody could predict, because prior to that, there was always the left-right divide, but it didn't really infect Hollywood nearly as much. And then all of a sudden it became like Hollywood had a single massive enemy and that they had to destroy. But the weird part is the weirdest thing for me about all that is Trump is more like them than he is his people that support him. Like, that's what's so funny. Trump is not exactly Mr. Conservative, not by a long shot.
And I'll take it back to the thing that got most people wise is going back and watching the Stephen Colbert clip saying, "Thank you for running," and hugging him. just months before the election, literally thanking, and they took it off the website. They took it off the CBS website of Colbert thanking Trump for running during the election because
Kimmel
the
had a
day
great
after,
interview.
What's that?
Kimmel had a great interview.
They loved
before he
him.
turned.
Right. And it was weird because it happened in a day. And that's what stuck out to even me, where I was kind of jaded. But I was like, wait a minute. You go back 2 years, Oprah Winfrey's got him on because he's giving, thousands of dollars to everybody left and right. Hillary Clinton had a clip of saying Trump needs to run for president, literally saying he would shake up DC and do great things. And you've got all these clips, and then within a day, it all changed. And that's when I was really keyed in. It is as divisive as people were saying it is. And that's really sad.
Yeah.
They changed their stories.
Also, one of the things, the one person you could never blame is the one who gets blamed, of course, for the divisiveness is Trump. Trump gets blamed. Trump is the most divisive president. Well, Trump has never done anything, right, to divide the country. Like, he's not really, that's not who. The media, on the other hand, wants the country to believe that we are even far more divided than we actually are, because I don't think I don't see it out and about every day. I don't know how you are, but when I go to the grocery store, like, people talk to each other. We're all friendly. I think that we're actually far less divided than the media would have us believe. Because what's always made the news is the circumstances that are unique. Like, it's not like, oh, look, you've gone to the grocery store today. That's the news. That's not the news. That's your everyday life. The news is something wild that happens that's different than everyday life. So when something bad happens at the Contemporary, like it happened last night, I believe it was, and I have to report on it for that Park Place, that is what makes the news, because it's an unusual and unique circumstance, and especially when it's a bad, unusual, or unique circumstance. The problem with news programming is that then people get focused on all the negative things, because that's what news focuses on. So it's that's always the challenge. So me here, as I started this YouTube channel and now I'm part of that Park Place and all that, I want to be part of discussions that kind of uplift and pull people together. I'm not so when it comes to, for example, criticizing Disney, I don't criticize Disney because I'm trying to divide people and go, oh, well, no, what I'm saying is that I want Disney to get back on track if they can, to become the company that they once were, and stop putting so much divisive messaging in their shows, in their entertainment, in their parks, everywhere, because there is a truth. There's a Disney quote. Disney himself, Walt, would have been, I would guess, very much against the inclusion key. Like that is the antithesis of what Walt wanted. And a lot of people will quote, to all who come to this happy place, welcome. Like, oh, he's welcoming everybody. But that is a misreading of that quote. When he said to all who come to this happy place, welcome, he was welcoming those who came to Disneyland. But he wasn't saying that he wanted all types to come to Disneyland. I want to see if I can find what I was writing earlier, because there is a quote in it.
You'd had some great quotes, and I'll just throw in, Walt very intentionally wrote that scene in Pinocchio where smoking cigars and drinking alcohol turns you into a donkey.
Yes.
That's not what he wanted in his park.
So here's the quote. All right. I found it. It says, and this is from a Saturday Evening Post article from 1956. Walt Disney stated, no liquor, this is quote, no liquor, no beer, nothing, because that brings in a rowdy element. That brings people that we don't want. And I
Yes.
feel they don't need it. Walt Disney himself specifically said there are, in fact, people that they don't want to be coming to the parks because it's a rowdy element. And what do we see today happening as a lot of alcohol has been brought into the parks and the resorts? Well, we see fights breaking out, and we see people being rowdy and climbing up the walls at the Mexican Pavilion and soiling the streets of Hollywood Studios.
Literally.
A lady literally pulled down her pants in the middle of Hollywood Studios and took a dump right there. I mean, it was like, it's crazy. So we have seen disgusting things happen in the parks. And it's all been in the last 5 and 6 years. I mean, it's really crazy. And so, yeah, yes, Tom, but I know I got to be careful about going there on this show. It's funny because the last time that happened at the Contemporary, I happened to be working in another building that night and knew that it was going on and had to kind of keep hush about it. But yeah, it's crazy out there. But I want very much to report on the good news. And I want to say thank you, everybody that has come in that's here tonight. Even though I can't get my StreamYard to work the way I want it to do.
Or God intended it to.
Right. Yeah. No, thank you guys for being here. As you guys know, you're my motivation. You're what makes me want to be here. You're the energon that makes this guy transform and roll out of bed in the afternoon to be here with you.
A toast, Autobots. Boy, these are good. I needed to refuel. Energy. This stuff's the greatest.
Tom says, I was at the Empire State Building when a jumper happened. It was not fun. As it turns out, I was working in the Stratosphere Tower the night that somebody leapt off the top of the Stratosphere Tower. It was not an easy thing to do. Security footage caught the guy, but he had to literally climb 2 very tall security fences. Like, you had to really, really want to do that because it was not possible just to like let yourself go off. Or no, the barriers at the top of the Stratosphere Tower are tough, and probably tougher now than they were back then. But it was not easy back then, and yeah, it was a weird thing to have happen when I'm just up there trying to draw caricatures of people. So,
and
we're going to talk.
Need to plug that.
I know. I don't have any equipment right now. I don't have markers or paper or anything right now. So,
all right. So that's the next financial goal. We get him a laptop, then we get him an easel and some markers.
All right, easel and markers.
Easel.
So yeah, I tell you what, the Magic Kingdom, by the way, a lot of people are complaining. The Magic Kingdom, we've been talking about how not busy it is lately, but today Magic Kingdom was actually blocked out for pass holders to make reservations. And what I mean by that is most pass holders can make reservations pretty much day of lately, but pass holders were complaining because it's a unique experience to not be able to make your reservation because all the reservations were full. So many pass holders had this attitude.
What happened is I went to Epcot. You can go around the whole world, and I had a couple in the Germany section, and I thought I went to China. Anyway, I'm a knucklehead. But I'm sure this guy has some things he'd want to.
Yes, I do. I have some things I want to say. Yeah, so don't go to Epcot. Don't do that. And and we're going to, we've actually got some. This is out of X coming out of X. We got some breaking news, and this is Universal's own account, Universal Kids Resort. They posted on X 7 fun-filled lands plus awesome animated characters equals our first theme park made just for kids. What I think is amazing about this story is this is happening at the same time Disney is putting what all around their resorts? Bars. Lots and lots of bars. Lots of alcohol. Not just walls, but bars. And
Something
you got
to
a
stumble into.
lobby bar going into Grand Floridian. Beacon Barrel just opened in the Magic Kingdom. Geo 82. They're upgrading things at Trader Sam's in Disneyland. Everything at Disney is about the dinks. That's who they're catering to. The dinks are the dual income, no kids adults, right?
Yes.
You know, they're a bunch of dinks. Dink, 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 dink. Yeah, so let's see what Universal's doing instead.
Whoa, James All Day.
What did he say?
NBC fires 150 staff members.
Oh, wow. We're going to have to check that out. I wonder if Pro will cover that. I was trying to stream this into the Pro show, and I couldn't find it. And I saw, it looked like there was a Pro show listed for being a members-only stream tonight, but I don't know that Pro actually wanted it as a members-only stream, but I have no idea. But if it is open to the, well, now my YouTube is giving me issues again. So I don't know if YouTube's really fixed or not. What does Catwings say? Catwings says, a friend of mine went to Barnes & Noble and asked for a Trump book here in Oklahoma and got screamed at to get out of their store. You know, the thing is, that's an individual person working at that Barnes & Noble who probably should be fired and might be fired if their bosses knew what they said, because you can't do that. That's not even actually legal, by the way.
That happened at the Copy Center up here. Did you guys see that when Mr. Kirk passed? It was in Kalamazoo, where I went to college. They refused to print a memorial poster. The manager there, it was Office Max or someone, and the person was literally fired that day by corporate because the video went viral.
Yeah, because you can't do that. It's not legal. There's actually laws against the fact that you cannot choose whom you serve based on an ideology that happens to be different than yours. That's 100% illegal.
I think, Ron, something I'd wanted to say and I forgot to because I'm not very bright. You had said it's not as prevalent as the press, talks about. What I think it is let's say it's the 2020. You got the 20 hard left, the 20 hard right. And it's so vicious and violent that even though it's not the majority of people, it's so divisive. It's more, how do you say it? It's like the Crips and the Bloods almost. Same colors, red and blue. And there's such a vehement hatred that's going on that it engulfs the other 60% of people that don't want to be drug into it. And it's not everybody, but it's just so loud. It's so ugly, and I hate it. I honestly,
I'm little, but I'm loud. I'm poor, but I'm proud. That's the song.
No, but I love it. I want to sing it. What song is that?
I think it's just called "I'm Little, but I'm Loud."
I'm gonna Google it. That could turn out really badly by page 3. Safe searches on it.
Oh, well, let's see what Universal is doing. All right. So Universal Kids Record is coming to Frisco, Texas in 2026. And let's go to their website. We click on that. Let's see if that comes up okay.
Ron, can you hear me? Guys, did Ron freeze? Okay, all right. I just thought you were staring at me, bro. Okay. So for anyone interested, the song Ron was singing, I'm Little But I'm Loud. It looks like that's by Jimmy Dickens. You can find it over on YouTube, but Martina McBride did a cover somewhat recently. It says from 3 years ago. I know, Ron or Tom. I should have. If I'd have known I'd had this much screen time, I would have washed my face this week. My pores have got. I think I. Your brows. Oh my goodness. So Tom, you can throw things in the chat, can't you? Yeah, Kathleen. He said his whole browser just shut down. This is. Thank you guys for hanging on. YouTube is doing some stuff. Very okay. You restarted. All right. So Tom, can you throw links in the is your wrench working? Oh yeah, Kathleen. Although you've known him his whole life, he's not just a mess today. I'm guessing that mess has reared its head at other times. You're on your phone, so you cannot wrench. Do not work, or can't wrench, but you can't throw things in. One of the things I know we're going to talk about coming up is stuff kind of going on at Universal. Have there been any conversations for you guys that are down there? Any concerns about ride safety with the couple of severely isolated incidents that have gone on with the rides down there lately? Yeah, Kathleen, you have. I can't. Yeah, don't worry about it, Tom. So kind of what I was wondering is with all that Universal's been dealing with, and you guys know there was a fire the other day, but on a closed roller coaster. Is anyone starting to be concerned? I don't think they should be. I think the incident of the lawsuit, that thing that's going on, and this fire, they're not reflective of what Universal does. I've always heard that they've got it's an amazing time there, but I am curious to see if perception around the park has been any different than that. Tom, you've been walking around the parks. Did you hit any rides while you were over there? Or was it more family kind of perusing? All right, so while we're waiting, oh, some really cool stuff. Nice, nice. So you guys know I do a lot in the guitar space. This guy, name's Timothy Baby Boy Mulligan. All of his gear goes to support veterans with PTSD. As Tim is a guitar tech, and he does videos on how to do guitar repairs and things. And he's actually a veteran dealing with PTSD. So, Ron, you're back. Speaking of PTSD.
I am back. Yeah, sorry about that. I all I did was click on to open a new tab, and my entire browser just decided, now it'd be a good time to shut down right in the middle of a live show. So yeah,
I vamped horribly. I did what I could, man.
No, I fear you were fine. So this is the Universal Kids Resort website, and they announced today everything that's coming, and I love it. You've got the different lands. I have.
Did you see M. Fulton?
I'm telling you.
Fulton, M. Fulton Mraz is going to be on The Voice on NBC. Ron, I totally lost your audio, brother. All right, so well, we're kind of okay. That's okay. So M. Fulton Mraz is first. Congratulations. Honestly, I don't think people know how hard it is to get through there. I have never auditioned for anything like that. Honestly, because it's so intimidating and the numbers are so great. So, can you tell us anything about how long the process has been? Because this is, guys, this is huge news. Made it to the next round of The Voice. That is absolutely fantastic. Okay, yeah, it's been happening. Yeah, I am seeing, guys. Before I was here, I was watching a friend named Brian's stream, and I lost it 3 times, and another guy from Michigan said he lost it. So I think it's, I don't know what server it is, but he's over in New Jersey. I think he wasn't having any problems. Oh, your mom just grounded you, Ron. The cafe, that might not be a bad idea. There it is.
I might just call it a night for now. So
Yeah.
Apparently what's going on, I'm going to try this one more time and see if it works, but the Universal website is not been working very well. And what I'll do is I will plan on covering this again. Let me see what happens. A lot of times I have issues if I try to share audio. So let me erase that part. I'm going to try and share this again and see if it works, because and then we'll go after that. All right, so here it is. Now, this website is what was shutting my browser down, but hopefully it will work if I start it from here. So I just want to go over the lands real quick that this Universal Park is going to have. A Universal Park made just for kids. Hi, baby. Yeah, it's not just it's been the internet, but also YouTube. It could very well be an internet problem that is affecting YouTube, that is affecting all internet across the East Coast. Cultures, browser research. Yeah, it's been kind of a mess apparently all day. Anyway, if I can do this, this is what we got here. We got DreamWorks Shrek's Swamp, Nickelodeon's SpongeBob SquarePants Bikini Bottom. It's not going to let me do it. There it is again. It will not let me do it. I don't know what's going on with this particular website. And every single time I freeze. This is ridiculous.
And that's NBC Universal, that website. I think you froze again, buddy. Yep. Universal Kids Park. Okay, yeah. So between, hey Virginia, hey, it's honestly it's always an honor to be here. I'm so grateful Ron brings me on, and it's so nice to hear from you. So I'm just curious if whatever's going on at NBC with all the layoffs has anything to do with the Universal sites being all mucked up, but I mean that might be a stretch. Ian's, yeah, it's beyond my pay grade. All I can tell you is that something has happened to YouTube in the last month, and every day there's other problems. traffic is so bizarre. The algorithms, they continue to change their mind. If you're trying to build a channel right now, it is a really difficult time in the YouTube sphere because things just keep breaking, it seems like. And I know I've had my own frustrations. I've basically been a year at the guitar stuff, and it's been a really difficult year to do it. Yes, so Virginia. So yeah, if you go to Strings and Pucks, my YouTube channel, I put out 2 performances every week where I sing and play the guitar. I just did Cat Stevens' Wild World. On Sundays, it's always church music. I kind of do that. I used to be a worship leader, so it's something kind of related to church. But yes, I play and sing every week. I'm not great, but I'm all right, and I really enjoy doing it. Tom is much better shredding than I am. I'm not that guy, but I'm pretty decent singer-songwriter. Oh, thank you, Virginia. Yeah, have Ron show you them. I send him my videos whether he wants them or not. Yeah, it's just the singer-songwriter. A little bit about my story. So at 16, I began playing piano in a coffee shop on Thursday nights, doing Billy Joel covers. I didn't pick up a guitar till I was 20. So now I've been playing for almost 30 years on guitar, but I was a piano minor and a vocal performance major in school. I would do classical Italian operetta type stuff. And, that's what I did. There's Ronnie's back.
All right. So for whatever reason, I cannot get that Universal Kids website to work properly. And I don't know what's going on between YouTube, StreamYard, the internet, the browser. I don't think it's just one thing tonight. It seems like it's everything. So unfortunately, we're gonna have to cut the show short, which we thought we'd probably have to do at the beginning of the show when people's internet weren't working. They couldn't watch. Yeah. So it's just a major issue, but I will be covering all of these stories that we have talked about tonight in a future episode. We may be back Sunday. For those that are watching tonight, or maybe if you're seeing this on the replay, if you've watched it to this point, you're going, okay, whatever. What we're going to do, we're going to do this show every Monday night and every Wednesday night, with the idea being that we want to stream into WDW Pro. Normally we would stream 8 to 10 p.m. Pro starts at 10. And I don't know what's going on with his stream, because right now it looks like it's set up only as members only, but I don't think it's supposed to be. So we'll see. Anyhow, we are going to end the show tonight, and then we will possibly be back on Sundays. Just you'll have to really check for your notifications. Make sure you have notifications turned on. I will be doing the show sometimes on Sunday afternoons, but not every Sunday afternoon. So it'll be a couple times a month, more than likely, with the plan being that every Monday and Wednesday night I will be streaming the show, The Dish, as well as adding a lot more videos to the channel. That's what I've been figuring out lately. So as I have turned my time and attention to writing for thatparkplace.com, one of the things that I've had to do is learn how to write the news. And it's been quite an interesting challenge. But as I'm getting used to that, used to writing, used to the schedule, figuring that out, I will be back to putting a lot more things on my YouTube channel. Obviously, it all goes together. Pro, That Park Place, Follow Bradley's Fun, all connected, T3PO, all of these things. And of course, Strings and Pucks chimes in quite a bit. You've been on the Pro Show too, haven't you?
Yes, yeah. And he usually invites me for those member shows that he does once a month. So yeah. I'll occasionally be over there. And it's such a good time. So much fun.
So we're all good friends. I will tell you this. Keep an eye on the Pro Channel Friday. It's going to be a huge announcement on Friday. And I may be on that Park Place Morning Magic tomorrow morning, so look for me there. And Jeremy, where can people find you at?
So, and your lovely wife has been asking me, because you haven't shown her my videos. So Strings and Pucks really has been more focused on doing the songs. So 10 a.m. on Friday, if you can come to Strings and Pucks on a 6-minute premiere. I've now been sponsored by a guitar company. They're actually sending me a guitar to do these clips. I play a song and I sing it. And this week it's a song called 7 Spanish Angels by Willie Nelson and Ray Charles. So if you can, I'd love to see it.
There you go. So just go over to Strings and Pucks, and you can just look them up as Strings and Pucks. You can see the title there. Easy to find the channel that way. And subscribe to Virginia y sus Tesoros. That is her Treasures channel.
Is that what that
Culture
means?
Pro, that Park Place here. Well, yes, keep it real. Thank you so much. That's what we're like a big family now. With Culture, with Pro, with Vash, with Jonas. Yeah, absolutely. So thank you for being here. Keep it real. We absolutely appreciate you coming over. Even though YouTube has been a mess tonight, I promise you the show is typically better. Check out the channel. Check out the dish. And if you look at the news and pop culture news commentary on the channel, you'll find all the videos. And yeah, so we appreciate you being here. Keep it real. Thank you everybody for being here tonight. You guys have been awesome, especially since we have had so many issues. And I know you guys felt this way.
Everyone, like you wanted more.
But unfortunately, YouTube is the issue and not letting us give you the more that we'd like to be able to give you. Yes, but Kit Kat, thank you so much. Izzo's Place for chiming in, and then Kit Kat for the support. I appreciate that, and I think we owe you another celebration before we go. Yeah, I wish I could show some of the pictures of us hanging out, but I can't. But we've had good times, and I think some majorly amazing things are about to happen with the Pro Channel. Pro just, by the way, crossed 200,000 subscribers. Huge milestone. On her main channel, my wife just crossed 13,000 subscribers. Huge milestone for her.
Congrats.
I have been struggling with subscribers lately, but that's, I've had to take a back seat a little bit more than I want to, and we'll see a lot more new cool things coming out on the channel soon. So guys, thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Kit Kat. Thank you, Izzo's Place. Thank you, my beautiful wife, Strings and Pucks. Keep it real, Kit Kats. My mom's in the chat. Thank you for chiming in. Tom F, I see you out there. Thank you for modding, Tom F. Appreciate you and everybody else who has been here tonight. We are going to call it a night while I still can actually end this show properly. I think that I'll be able to do that right now. Thank you so much. And until the next time, we will see you real soon. Bye, everybody. Ciao.
Dishes are done, man. Cleans them down to the shop.